Hi everybody, and welcome to the AACA Museum Incorporated here in Hershey, Pennsylvania. My name is Bill Rothermel. I'm chairperson of the Car Selection Committee as well as a member of the Board of Directors. Here at the AACA Museum Incorporated, we have 200 cars in our permanent collection that we have on display. Most of the time you'll be able to see a large portion of our collection if you come and visit us. And if you come and visit us at different times, we rotate the cars in and out so you'll never see the same cars over and over again. This is an interesting car that's part of our collection, and oftentimes you hear me describe very flashy automobiles. Well, this is certainly flashy if you take into consideration all the chrome and how wild the design of the car is, but it's a pretty much standard automobile that maybe your mom or dad or your grandparents might have had. This is a 1951 Buick Roadmaster Sedan. This was Buick's biggest car and its top-of-the-line car. Underneath the hood was a big Fireball straight 8 engine, and this was really the second tier just below Cadillac in the GM hierarchy. You moved up from a Chevrolet to a Pontiac to an Oldsmobile to a Buick to a Cadillac in Alfred Sloan's hierarchy of automobiles within the GM lineup. What's particularly interesting about this car, when it was donated to us, it was in fairly derelict condition. We don't restore our cars, but we do have a detail crew who works very hard to bring the cars back to, or keep them and bring them back to beautiful condition if they are in somewhat derelict condition. This particular car was faded, it was in rough shape, but most importantly, it's an all original car, or what today we call a preservation car. This is as the car left the factory in Flint, Michigan. It has not been painted, it has not been restored, it has not been rebuilt. It's as it arrived from the factory. Again, it was in rough condition, but the car was beautifully buffed out by our volunteers and taken care of. And you see this wonderful example of a car that has not been touched in a restoration. Why is that important? Well, what's important about that is how the car left the assembly line, and someone who perhaps is restoring a car that's not in particularly good condition, or a car that's missing parts, a car that might have been found in a junkyard or an old shed or a barn, the car can be used as an example as to how that car is supposed to look, what nuts and bolts were used, what parts were used. How do you know it's a Roadmaster? Well, one of the telltale features of that is the 4 portholes. The big Buicks, the top-of-the-line Buicks, had 4 portholes. The lower line models had 3, and that was one of the differences. These were designed by a man named Ned Nichols. It was his idea to add those as an ornamentation item on the Buicks. And they remained on Buicks, or even kind of a design similar to that, into the late 1960s, early 1970s. No, they were not actual portholes, but they were a stylized design that was put onto the fender of the car, and a unique styling feature along with the big toothy grille. You definitely knew it was a Buick headed your way. Once again, a 1951 Buick Roadmaster Sedan here at the AACA Museum in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Thanks for joining us.